Good afternoon, everyone. How are you doing? My name is Mike Phillips, and I'm the founder of PC Training Experts, and I am so excited because today is our very first video that we're posting on the website. Now, I use technology all the time, but I have to admit I've been a little reluctant to jump into actually doing videos. Well, here it is. And at hand, you've got the ability to create what's known as a pivot table. Now, if you've never seen a pivot table in Microsoft Excel, you're in for a huge treat. If you'll take a quick look at this spreadsheet, it's got a lot of rows. In fact, 68,615 rows. For some of you, that's a huge spreadsheet. For others of you, I know that's actually a small spreadsheet. I do work with folks that have 800,000, a million rows, things of that nature. In any case, it's a good chunk of data to work with, and the concept of a pivot table is how can we extract metrics from huge data sets. So let's take a quick look at Microsoft Office Excel 2010. Notice I'm going to the Insert menu. If you do have the previous version, no worries, you can still do this. 2007 will work. 2003 will look very different, however. So I'm going to click on the Insert tab up here and then also on the Pivot Table button. And the program wants to know, okay, where's your data set? It automatically picks it up, as you can see up there. So I'm going to click on OK. And on the left-hand side, I've got a little graphic which represents a pivot table with no information in it. And on the right-hand side, I've got what's known as the pivot table field list. Well, suppose that I want to get some information about the markets. So I'm going to click onto the market, and out of 68,615 rows, it has now extracted just the unique markets. That might not seem like a big feat, but again, let's take a look at the original data set. It went through and it found all of the unique markets. And I'm just page downing here. Is that a verb? I don't know. It is now. But you can see that would take a while to figure all that out. You might end up having to sort it or filter it perhaps, but once again, that was done instantly for us. If that's all you needed to know, you're done. People like to make pivot tables complicated, but you don't have to. Well, let me get a little more information onto here. I'm going to go ahead and click onto sales amount right here. And when I do that, it automatically has now generated subtotals. And again, fabulous functionality. Did I have to do it with a pivot table? No, I could have used the subtotal feature, but I decided I wanted to show you the pivot tables. Now you'll probably notice that we don't have dollar signs here, so I'm simply going to right click on the data. And if you can guess, what do you guess? Ah, you're right, it's number format. So I'm going to click on the number format, and obviously I want currency up here. I'm going to click OK. And I'm going to do one more thing here that will totally screw things up. I'm going to go ahead and add an invoice date. Now you can see that the invoice dates have gone down the side of the list here, and this is now practically useless. It's possible to collapse all this information, but it's just too much detail. In the lower right corner, nothing up my sleeves. Notice I've got row labels and the invoice date is under row labels. I'm going to click and drag that over into where it says column labels. And suddenly I have much more useful configuration. It's still too much information. I really don't want to look at all of this. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how you can take a gigantic data set like this and do what's known as grouping. In the meantime, we're going to take care of one more little thing here. Notice how when we have no data, it shows blanks. For the moment, some folks like that, but I'm going to go ahead and change that. So I'm going to go up here to the contextual tab where it says options. And in the upper left corner, I'm going to click on the options option, forgive the pun. And when I do that, take a look around in here. Do you have any guesses? Well, if you guessed for empty cells show, you'd be correct. And I'm going to put a 0 in there and click on OK. And what's nice about that is that any place there was a blank, I now have zeros, as you can see over here, for example. And some folks like to see that. It just makes it a little cleaner to work with. So there it is, our inaugural video, how to generate a pivot table out of a huge data set. Check for a future very upcoming video where I'm going to show you how to group information very powerfully. Thanks for watching, and feel welcome to check out our offerings. We have a lot of pivot table classes that we offer, Excel classes, also Adobe and Photoshop and Illustrator and a lot of other great things. And we're located in Irvine, California. All right, well, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Come back soon.